Hello, friends. What does the Bible say about Adam and Eve's diet after the Garden of Eden? Did Adam and Eve eat meat after being expelled from the Garden of Eden? What does their diet have to do with the longevity of ancient humans? In this video, we'll look at facts from the Bible, the inspiring writings of Ellen G. White, and modern research that support God's principles of healthy eating. When God created humans, He prescribed fruits and grains as their food, Genesis 1:29. However, after humans fell into sin, God allowed them to eat the plants of the field, which were originally designed as food for animals, Genesis 1:30 and chapter 3:17-19. This was a form of God's mercy because humans had to work hard to survive in a cursed world. This is the food that God gave to humans from the beginning of creation. Even after Adam and Eve were expelled from Eden, there is no evidence in the Bible that they began eating meat. The big change didn't happen until after the flood. In Genesis 9:3, God said to Noah, "Every moving thing that has life shall be food for you. I have given it to you, as I have given the green plant." This verse is often seen as the starting point for humans being allowed to eat meat. However, to understand the context more deeply, we need to look at the conditions of the post-flood world and the reasons why this command was given. The flood that lasted for 40 days and 40 nights, Genesis 7:12, destroyed the entire surface of the earth. In Genesis 7:23, it is stated that everything on the land, both humans, animals, and plants, was destroyed except for those in the ark. After the flood receded, it took a long time for the land to become fertile again and for plants to grow again naturally. When Noah came out of the ark, it is very likely that the supply of plant food, plants or grains, was almost exhausted, and this was not enough to cultivate the land that was still damaged by the flood. And of course, this would take time to be able to be planted again. In this condition, God gave a special command as a form of emergency law so that humans could survive. Before the flood, humans were not commanded to eat meat. In Genesis 1:29, God designated seed-bearing plants and fruits as food for humans. Even after Adam and Eve sinned, the Bible does not record permission to eat meat. The human diet remained plant-based. The law of eating meat in Genesis 9:3 did not replace the previous diet, but was a temporary adjustment due to an emergency. After humans began eating meat, human lifespans decreased drastically. Before the flood, humans lived to be hundreds of years old, such as Adam was 930 years old, Methuselah was 969 years old, and Noah himself was 950 years old. However, after the flood, human lifespans decreased significantly. Shem was 600 years old, Arpachshad was 438 years old, Peleg was 209 years old until Abraham was 175 years old. This decrease is in line with the introduction of meat into the human diet, which God did not design as food for humans since creation. Additionally, in Genesis 9:4, when God made a covenant with Noah after the flood, God gave a strict prohibition. Only flesh with its life, that is, its blood, you must not eat. This shows that although eating meat was permitted, there were rules that had to be followed. This prohibition also teaches respect for life and the need to obey God's will, even in emergency situations. If Adam and his descendants as the Son of God never ate meat, then why were the terms clean and unclean known before the flood? Let us examine the Bible further. After man fell into sin, God introduced the concept of offering. In Genesis 4:3 and 4, Abel offered the firstborn of his flock that was acceptable to God. This symbolizes Christ's sacrifice as atonement for man's sins. However, Cain offered the fruit of the ground, which was not in accordance with God's will. This shows that only offerings that are in accordance with God's commandments are accepted. Noah also offered clean animals to God after the flood, showing that offerings had standards that God had set from the beginning. The references to clean and unclean before the flood referred to animals that were suitable for offerings and not to food. Ellen G. White wrote in Patriarchs and Prophets, page 373, "This shows that while eating meat was permitted, there were rules to be followed. This prohibition also teaches respect for life and the need to obey God's will, even in emergency situations." Modern research supports the plant-based diet that God gave in Eden. The Adventist Health Study shows that vegetarians have a lower risk of heart disease, diabetes, and cancer, and live longer on average than meat eaters. Additionally, a 2021 Nature Food Journal noted that a plant-based diet can improve quality of life and extend longevity. A plant-based diet is not just about physical health. In Counsels on Diet and Foods, Ellen G. White wrote, "The best food for the body is that which is as little modified as possible from its natural state, as God created us." The Bible also teaches that our bodies are temples of the Holy Spirit. In 1 Corinthians 6:19-20, we are reminded to glorify God through our bodies. A healthy body helps us be more sensitive to God's voice, maintain a close relationship with Him, and strengthen our spirituality. Ellen G. White wrote in The Ministry of Healing, page 271, "Good physical health is the foundation of health of mind and soul. With a strong and healthy body, we can serve God better." So, did Adam eat meat? The Bible and other evidence show that he did not. Adam, Eve, and their descendants up to the time of Noah lived according to the diet God established in Eden, which helped them live long and stay holy. Today, we are invited to return to a healthy and holy lifestyle like in Eden. By eating according to God's will, we not only maintain physical health, but also strengthen our spiritual relationship with the Creator.